Alright, peace, Stephanie. Hello, hello, hello. So, welcome. This is going to be your birth chart reading. Alright, hold on, give me a sec. Let me pull up your chart. Interesting. So, your sun is in Aquarius and your moon is in Aries. Then you have Mercury in Aquarius as well. Venus in Pisces, Mars in Pisces, Jupiter in Sagittarius, and Saturn in Scorpio. Okay, I want to say this real quick. The time you gave me, I was uncertain of its accuracy. You feel what I'm saying? And so the thing about time, right, is like the accuracy of the time is of great importance because my bad. Let me put it over here. So the accuracy of the time is important because the houses they shift every 2 hours. Um, but really, even if you're a minute wrong, feel me, even that can affect accuracy and make the reading less accurate. So it's like with the time, it can either greatly contribute to the accuracy or it can greatly defect the accuracy. You feel what I'm saying? So it's safer for me to just not put in the time than to put in the time. But if I had put in the time, we would have known where you have where the planets are expressing in your life. So ultimately, the planets they signify different functions. You feel what I'm saying? So the sun, right? When you think about the sun, even like just with common sense, the sun, right? It's light and it brings light to things, right? Um, when you go out and you look up, and like when you go up, 9 out of 10 chances you're gonna just subconsciously redirect your attention to the sun. You feel what I'm saying? So in astrology, the sun it signifies one's identity, the things that you're focused on, what you want to be identified with, what you're comfortable being known for. You feel me? And also the things that you are putting an effort into doing and into um yeah into doing or becoming, if that makes sense. So the sun it's a planet of power, right? And so whatever sign the sun goes into, it vitalizes it and it gives it power. And so the sun is also a planet that deals with your vitality, and it's associated with so both the sun, the moon, and Mercury. They give insight into your health. So the sixth house, Mercury, sun, and moon, they give insight to your health. But like from the electromagnetic standpoint, you feel me? The sun is your electrical charge, we will say. You feel me? Your electrical charge in the sense that your ability to express yourself out into this world. Think of electricity, right? It's masculine and it's outward. It's very much the sun. Meanwhile, the moon, it more signifies your magnetic nature. You feel me? And when I say magnetic, I mean, well, the simplest way to explain it is like there's certain things that are naturally about you that just um draw people to you. You feel me? Like, to give an example, you have your moon in Aries and it's 21 degrees Aries. So this is the deacon of propaganda. But anyways, so with your moon being Aries, Aries is a sign. It's ruled by Mars. Mars is a maleficent sign, and so when Mars, my bad, not with Mars, when the moon goes into Aries, first and foremost, it becomes explosive, combustive. And so this is both positive and negative. Positively, um, you have a great emotional um, charge, not charge, but like your emotional ability, you feel me, allows you to emphasize and dramatize and just passionately express yourself. So when the moon goes into Aries, these people are very lively, you feel me? They're very energetic, they can be jittery, they can be nervous, ADHD, you feel what I'm saying? Um, and so when the moon goes into Aries, right? I got into the moon specifically to talk about the magnetism of the moon. So the how the moon contributes magnetism to you with it being in Aries, you feel me? Um it magnetizes the Aries energy to you. And so I was gonna say like aggression, violence, drama, because Mars is a maleficent planet, meaning that it's negative, but also Mars is a planet that yeah, it's a maleficent planet, and it deals with like war and danger and violence and fighting and all that stuff. You feel what I'm saying? And so the moon is ultimately what you react and respond to. So what you are reacting and responding to, it's in a sense being attracted to you. Like at this moment, for example, right? I'm over here sitting making this video, but any second someone can come and interrupt me, right? And then at that moment, I have for some reason attracted that. And so then I have to react or respond. And the way that I'm going to react or respond is signified by my moon. And my moon is in Gemini, so I will communicate and tell them like, "Yo, what the heck are you doing? Like, go get out of here," or I'll just use body language or something to communicate. You feel me? 'Cause Gemini is the sign of communication. Aries is the sign. So we're talking about your moon, right? So yeah, that's the first thing that it attracts to you. You feel me? So you're put in scenarios and situations where you have to react or respond in a manner that involves activity, being active. You feel me? Being energetic. In the sense that the moon, my bad, not the moon, in the sense that Aries also deals with enthusiasm, you feel me? And being like motivated and self-driven and self-centered as well. Aries is the first sign and it rules the first house, right? And the first house is a personal house. And thus, with all that being said, you feel me? Okay, so a lot of the things you react and respond to, um, well, well, so see, that's where like the house would be valuable, because the house, it shows specifically where, you feel me, where it is you're reacting and responding. So for example, let's say you had your moon in the fourth house, right? Um, but I'm gonna try my intuition, and intuitive. I feel like you have your moon in like the seventh house. You feel me? We'll say. So let's say you had your moon in the seventh house, right? The seventh house is the house that deals with relationships, partnerships, like even like romantic relationships, but even like business partnerships, but just all forms of relationships that um, require you be close with the person. You feel me? You're interacting with. Um, I hope that makes sense. So yeah, primarily relationships, though. You feel what I'm saying? So if your moon was in the seventh house, then you would be reacting and responding a lot to things that deal with how you related with another person. Like with you be thinking a lot about your friends, and you'd be thinking about like love interests, or like just reacting, responding to how maybe you're lonely and you need a partner. All of these things are seventh house energy. You feel me? Now, Aries is a sign that deals with the self. So like the way that you would be reacting and responding, right? So now this is information that you can take because your moon is in Aries, but we are yet to be clear on what house. So if you can get the time, the exact time, it'd be valuable because I'd be able to extract so much information from your birth chart for you. But anyways, so like the way that you'd be reacting to right, the seventh house energy with the moon in Aries, um, you would a lot of it would be like self interest and self motive things. You feel me? Like you want to pursue the partnership, and like the way that you're thinking about the love interest and everything, It also has to do with exalting yourself,
Power off.
meaning like that was my speaker. But anyways, meaning like honestly, to sum it up, Aries is an ego orientated sign. You feel me? Its series is the egotistical series. You feel what I'm saying? Um, and Aries' greatest strength and attribute, you feel me, is their ability to lead. You feel me? So also with you having the moon in Aries, you are a natural leader. You feel me? And you're not a person who likes to like also stand by and in the sense that like if like let's say you're in a scenario and no one knows what to do, you'll stand up and you'll take charge. You feel what I'm saying? But what I was trying to get at is this energy is restless, but at the same time, Aries is an impatient energy. You feel what I'm saying? And also being impulsive, thus this makes way to like ADHD. I use these labels and terms, but I'm a person who I don't utilize terms that come from the matrix, I guess you can say, because the way that disease is explained in society, it's very restrictive. They don't discuss disease in a manner that empowers you and lets you know that you can heal yourself and overcome X, Y, and Z. But they explain it in a manner where it's like, oh, you're cursed, and this is I was gonna say a baggage you have to carry, but this is like a weight that you now carry on your shoulders type energy. You feel what I'm saying? But see, with the moon in Aries, the odds of you resonating with the ADHD energy, the restlessness energy, you feel me, are pretty high. But like, because I myself am a Gemini, right? And Gemini, it also because okay, when the moon is in Aries, the moon is the mind. You feel me? Although it's more the emotional than the rational mind. But you also have a Mercury in Aquarius, because Mercury is the planet that deals with your intellectual mind. So the moon is your emotional mind. Mercury is your intellectual mind. So the left and right brain, you feel what I'm saying? So the right brain, aka the moon, when it's in Aries, you feel me? Like Aries is a mental sign. It's a sign of the mind, right? And it's a personal sign. It doesn't care about other like what other people have to say. You feel me? If it needs and wants to do something, it does it itself. And so when something happens and you're reacting and responding to it, you feel me? With this Aries energy, you don't take into consideration other people's influences in your life. You feel me? But at the end of the day, the final decision is made by how you feel. You feel me? You're driven by the beat of your own heart. That's the Aries energy. But the Aquarius energy, on the other hand, you feel me, is a sign that's very involved and associated with people. You feel me? So that doesn't mean that although you are a lone wolf, you feel me, it also doesn't mean that you're not a person that has like people skills, or you're inconsiderate, or you lack. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's not per se how this is gonna be rounded about, or how your chart is rounded. You feel what I'm saying? Anyways. So yeah, hold on. So you have the moon in Aries. Oh yeah, we already talked about that. But yeah, so that's ultimately the moon in Aries. You feel me? Um, be Find ways to channel your emotions, because in Aries the moon is charged. You feel me? And there's a lot of emotion, charged up emotion. Which you can express as passion, lust, right? Like high libido, right? Because Aries is a very sexual sign, right? And then you have like, okay. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? So it's like you would benefit greatly from learning how to like direct energy first and foremost. But I also want to throw this in there. So fire signs, period, are signs that give way to the imagination, sight, visualization, seeing. You feel what I'm saying? Because the flame also produces the light. You feel what I'm saying? So thus, with the moon in Aries, you have natural ability, like, to visualize and see things. You feel me? Like the way that you think, the way that you like memorically speaking. You feel me? The way that you retrieve memory. It's like very much visual. You feel me? Very visual, very imaginative. You feel me? And so definitely worth honing in on that and learning how to visualize and see things. You feel what I'm saying? Aries is also a cardinal fire sign, and it's also the first sign. So um, in my astrology course, I teach that the fire element is the element of creation. You feel me? It signifies like creation, if that makes sense. That's why Aries also now I feel inclined to explain the sequencing of the elements and what they, it's like Aries is creation, just manifestation, something. Not Aries, but the fire element is creation, something coming from nothing, if that makes sense. And then air is patterning, you feel me, or like programming, you feel me, because the air, it deals with intellect, communication, logic, logistics. Aquarius, you're an Aquarius, right? Aquarius, that sign deals with knowledge based, like databases, knowledge in general. um it gives way to the knowledge series, you feel me, like our ability to accumulate knowledge, you feel me, is because of the Aquarius energy. um Having or hoarding information is Aquarian. Like Aquarius is fixed air, right? Air is communication, intellect, the mind, thought, logic, reasoning, all those things. Fixing it is like putting it in a box, right? Containing it. You feel what I'm saying? And that's Aquarius for you. So yeah, you feel what I'm saying? And so Aquarius also rules man or humans, right? Because it's both genders, of course. um and it rules groups of people, you feel what I'm saying? And it rules humanity, period. So yeah, and when you think of man, we're most known for our intellectual properties. And thus, when it comes to Aquarius, it also shines due to its intellectual properties. But anyways, back to what I was saying with the elements, right? So that's what so you can think of the air element as computers, right? um Logic, thinking, words. You feel what I'm saying? Pattern. That's what I put on the course. And then water is formation. You feel me? This is where that thing that was given like pattern by the air element can start to form, right? In water, things can become alive, I guess, form, right? Like in the womb, we need water, right? In the soil, we need water. You feel me? And then earth is like the final physical expression. But you don't really have any earth. You don't really have any earth in your chart. Sheesh, for real, you don't have any charts in your. You don't have any earth in your chart at all. That's wild. Hold on, I'm still double checking. I mean, yeah, you don't have shit to deal with earth in your chart. So not having earth in your chart plays out as being very ungrounded, being, and then you're having that Mars in Pisces as well, and the moon in Aries as well, makes you a individual who can be in their head a lot, you feel me? Pisces deals with so you have your Mars in Pisces, you feel me, and you have your Venus in Pisces as well. All right, so let's break this down. Let me explain to you what this means. So, like with Saturn even being in Scorpio, you're naturally a very mystical person, very spiritual person. You feel me? Mars will make you a spiritual person. It'll make you a person who becomes also aware of the significance and importance of like love. You feel me? Of like being kind and compassionate and caring. Um, Mars and Pisces will also, not also, I was gonna say Mars and Pisces will definitely produce wear your heart on your sleeve energy. You feel what I'm saying? Like when Mars goes into Pisces, it's not as bad as when Mars is in Cancer, but Mars in Pisces, because when Mars is in Cancer, there is no backbone. You feel me? These are people that struggle with confrontation. When Mars is in Pisces, these are also people that are that don't that are that don't want to fight. You feel me? But then Aries will fight. So not to say that. Okay. So let's paint it this way. So hold on. I hope that I'm not going everywhere. You feel me? And I hope that you're following me and you can see the connection. You feel what I'm saying? Um. Okay. So okay. So Mars rules Aries. You feel what I'm saying? And so because Mars rules Aries, there is what is called a resonance link. They're linked because of their vibration or their resonance. You feel what I'm saying? Kind of like how a mother is linked to her child because the DNA and like just the connection. So yeah, Mars rules Aries like in that fashion, and they're connected in that fashion. Where it's like no matter where Mars goes, my bad, no matter where Aries goes, Mars will have a direct influence. You feel what I'm saying? So you have your moon in Aries, and thus the moon is tuned to the frequency of Mars, and the moon is influencing Cancer wherever you have Cancer in your chart. Okay, the moon thus goes on to influence Cancer, um, to be more Aries like. So you have your North Node in Cancer. The North Node signifies with the uncomfort zone. It signifies the spiritual journey because it signifies growth, you feel me, and expansion. And doing the things that you came here to do, the things that are gonna expand and help your soul grow. So with Mars, my bad, with the moon being in Aries, right? The way that the moon is influencing the Cancer energy is it's influencing it to be more, I guess you can say, alert, focused, and driven. You feel me? More ambitious and more centered on the self. Um, yeah. And so, to put it in simple terms, the moon in Aries influencing your North Node in Cancer makes it so then you're a type of person who um, has come to the awareness of the importance of uncomfortability and the importance of like your spiritual path and your spiritual journey, and having the bravery and the willingness to step out of your comfort zone. You feel me? And with it being Cancer, right? North Node being in Cancer, it signifies family. You feel me? And it signifies that there is this trouble, this for lack of a better word, this dysfunction. You feel me? That manifests in the family world, the family realm. You feel me? Hold on, give me a sec. I'm sorry. I need to pull up your chart again. But as I was saying, yeah, you feel me? Like that, this dysfunction and this ultimately North Node, South Node, Capricorn, Cancer. This is also explained within your moon in Aries, you feel me? But we can look at it with your North Node, your nodes as well. So when the North Node goes into Cancer, the South Node is in Capricorn. The South Node signifies what you're comfortable with, what you're okay with. And so Cancer, my bad, Capricorn, your South Node, what you're comfortable with. Capricorn is a sign that opposes the sign Cancer. The sign Cancer is a sign that deals with emotion, family, connection, caring, loving. You feel me? Having emotions, and you feel what I'm saying? It's soft, touchy, irrational, um, emotional connections, family. That's what Cancer is. Capricorn is business. You feel what I'm saying? It's the outside world. It's the public. stage. You feel me? It deals with status, credit, business, honor. You feel what I'm saying? All those things. So yeah, and does Capricorn doesn't deal with emotion. It doesn't deal with connectivity, right? In the business world, it can be cut. It can be cutthroat, X, Y, and Z. You feel what I'm saying? So what happens here is naturally you prefer to be by yourself. You prefer to be isolated and alone. You feel what I'm saying? You in a sense have this fear of creating emotional connections. You feel what I'm saying? And this is also seen within other placements within your chart. You know, this desire to be like vulnerable and have an emotional connection, right? Like, because you have your Venus in Pisces. So with your Venus in Pisces, you're a lover girl, right? And you want love, and you want to be in love, and you know you want to um, fall in love with the rose-colored glasses on. You feel what I'm saying? When Venus goes into Pisces, love is exalted, and it does expand the heart, and the feelings and the emotions are inclined more towards um, a channel that's very loving and caring and kind. You feel me? And to an extent, because of its niceness, it becomes naive as well. You feel me? Um, but anyways, yeah. So that's Mars and Pisces too. You feel what I'm saying? But like the yeah. So it's like, but there's this energy, because Pisces can also be introverted. I mean, Pisces is a feminine sign, and you know it's a masculine sign. My bad. What the fuck? That doesn't even make sense. Cause I said Pisces is a feminine sign and it's a wait, my bad. Pisces is a feminine sign and thus it's negative. You feel me? And it's inclined towards being emotionally depressed and yeah, just sad. You know. But Aries is a masculine sign and it's more positive and it's more inclined towards being driven towards overcoming. You feel me? Driven towards overcoming in every obstacle. But Aries doesn't show ease. It shows that there is an obstacle needing to be overcome, and the comfort comes through overcoming that obstacle. You feel me? There's so much we can talk about. Um, I'm gonna end this reading at 30. You feel me? When it gets to 30 hours, you feel me? Like, there's so much I want to talk about as well. But definitely let me know what you thought about this reading. And if you like to dive deeper, you feel me? But like with your Mars being in Pisces, right? Like there's this inclination that, not inclination, but like so Pisces. So I'm, you know, let me just be blunt with it, right? So when Mars goes into Pisces, oh right. I remember. So when Mars goes into Pisces, right? Pisces is a sign that also deals with healing. You feel me? It deals with like, yeah, it deals with healing. I'll leave it at that. It deals with healing, right? And so Mars is a sign that deals with sex, and so like with Mars being in Pisces, there's the way that this can express is that either there were sexual traumas you went through that you need to heal from, right? And with the moon being in Aries as well, the likeliness of that is pretty likely, right? Like with the moon being in Aries, like your relationship with your mother, you feel me? Even it's like it wasn't like a. It could have been. It could have played out in a couple ways. Like she could have been your motivator, and she motivated you, or she was very self-centered, and that also motivated you. How independent your mother was. Maybe your mother just wasn't there and she wasn't attached. You feel me? Or like maybe you just had to raise yourself. You feel me? But either way, like this energy of independence, like you had to become independent. So yeah, Stephanie, this pretty much concludes your reading. Let me know what you think, and also, like I said, I would definitely love to go deeper and give you a full birth chart reading. So when we do the full, like this right here, I kind of just looked at everything, just by the glance. But when I'm doing the full reading, I sit down, you feel me? I take notes, prep, right? I prepare for the reading, right? And I see where everything is at and what's the most important to talk about, you feel me? So yeah, let me know, like, if you like to go deeper, and I'd also even be happy to work with you, like, um, yeah, yeah. Anyways, I'll leave it at that, but peace.